Drivers, start your engines. They're going to rock and roll twice tonight. It is the Larry King Law Modifieds here at Langley Speedway. Prepare yourself. NASCAR racing is about to begin here at Langley Speedway. And with the call topside, here's Mike Allen.
Is going to be the 78 of Matt Carter. Matt Sly, 33 is 9th. You got Eric McPherson, the 16 and 10th. Brandon Godovic driving double duty tonight, the 47 for the Modifieds. And Wayne Hartley, the 37 in 12th. Jack Sharkey, the 88, will be ready to go from 13th and 14th. It's going to be Donnie Holston in the 1. They're going to get that green flag the next time they come by. Throwing the green flag for us tonight, Claire DeGino of the Shriners. So, Claire, welcome to Langley Speedway, and thank you. She's going to wave that green flag in the windshield of Belluzo, and they're going to take that green. Sean Belluzo, Jimmy Humblett will race to the start-finish line. Langley Speedway Saturday night racing on a Saturday afternoon as Jimmy Humblett tucked underneath Belluzo, but let him go at the exit of 2. Complete restart it's going to be. They wave the yellow flag. They'll do a complete restart. Once again, a complete restart. Belluzo and Jimmy Humblett will be on the front row when they turn them loose. Max Media, of course, has built and operated television and radio stations throughout the USA, headquartered right here in Virginia Beach. Shriners night at the races here at Langley Speedway. And in one lap, they'll try and turn them loose again. I want to thank Claire DeGino of the Shriners for throwing that green flag to kick things off tonight. We're hoping to have our general manager, Dave Paulus, wave that green flag for the late model stock car division, our third race of the night. And we'll get a word with the crew from Eagle and Wave and ESPN. Pace truck is in. They're going to try it again to turn them loose for 30 laps. Larry King Law Modifieds back underway at Langley Speedway. Belluzo once again with a good start. Jimmy Humblett on the outside of the 95 of Danny Harrell. Belluzo will lead this lap on lap 1, just ahead of Jimmy Humblett, who looks underneath now between turns 1 and 2 for the pass, and he can't quite get it done. Belluzo had the momentum on the outside. A little bit further back, a good race going on between the 33 of Matt Sly and Chris Humblett in the 10, who's on the outside. The purple 10, he slips a little bit at the exit of 2. It allows Matt Sly to tuck underneath now between turns 3 and 4. And again, we're starting to see some smoke come out of the back end of the 48 of Belluzo. Had that problem last week. They couldn't find anything, but starting to smoke it up again tonight in the first of 2 twin 30-lap events. He's got a 3-car length advantage over the 11 of Jimmy Humblett. NASCAR officials taking a look at the 48 of Sean Belluzo for that smoke, and we got a big wreck in turn number 2. There is the 88. He spun around. Jack Sharkey. 16, Eric McPherson gets a piece of this. Brings out the first caution flag on lap 4. A little bit of damage here on the 16 of Eric McPherson as he comes down pit road. Also, it looks like a left rear tire's gone down on the 88 after that contact, and Jack Sharkey pulls it down pit road. First caution flag, once again, the 88, the 16 Little Tango. Getting back to the action for the modifieds at Langley Speedway. Larry King Law sponsoring this division this year. 4 laps are into it. A couple of cars that chose to go into the pits are back out. That includes the 16 of Eric McPherson and the 10 of Chris Humblett. 88 just getting back on the track. And that's Jack Sharkey in the 88. Sean Bluzo in the front. Jimmy Humblett in second. Danny Harrell, the 95, third position, being hounded by Matt Sly. He's got a fast car tonight. Number 33 coming to life. Brandon Godovic up there in the top 5, driving car 47. As the battle rages on for that third spot, and the 10 and the 88 in jeopardy of going to lap down. And smoke continues to come out of the back end of the 48 of Belluzzo. And a puff of smoke again between turns 1 and 2. Matt Sly making a move to the inside of Danny Harrell's 95. But that 88's down low, and that's going to block his progress a little bit. Eight laps out of 30 for the first race of the night, the Larry King Law Modifieds. And Belluzzo with about a 5 to 6 car length advantage over the 11 of Jimmy Humblett. The biggest battle on the racetrack is between the 95 and 33. Danny Harrell. Danny's second in the points, only 3 behind Belluzzo. Matt Sly trying to stick the nose of that 33 underneath the 95. Matt Sly from the Nexa, Virginia, Middle Peninsula Insurance and Financial, also Peerless Carpet Care and Restoration, Atlantic Specialty Lines, Ken Folks Knives, and Dean Case Racing Engines on the 33, who's made the pass. He's up the third spot. Hobbytown USA Machine, the 95, Danny Harrell, 4th, and then Brandon Godovic, 47, in 5th. After 11 laps, top 5, Sean Belluzzo, Jimmy Humblett, Matt Sly, Danny Harrell, and Brandon Godovic. Then Scott Lawrence in 6th. Matt Carter's in 7th. 8th is Taylor Sarkeys. Wayne Hartley is 9th. Eric McPherson, the 16, back in 10th. Then Chris Humblett in the 10 and 11th. Jack Sharkey's 88 and 12th. And Robbie Babb, the 44, is out after just trying to get started in that 44. Former champion Robbie Babb once again is out. '37, Wayne Hartley, his first experience in the modifieds at Langley Speedway. '47, once again, Brandon Godovic up there in the top 5, doing double duty tonight. The 37 machine we mentioned, Wayne Hartley, is from Maryland. First outing here at Langley Speedway in 2014, Henry's Engineering. Signature Home Settlement also for that 37. Belluzzo out there, very comfortable. About a half a straightaway length lead over the 11 of Jimmy Humblett. Two wins this year for our leader, the 48, Sean Belluzzo. 2 for Jimmy Humblett, the guy who's in second. 1 for Danny Harrell. He's back there in 4th position. He's got a victory this year. '78 making his way to pit road. Matt Carter, his second time racing at Langley Speedway. Matt Sly's got one of the fastest cars on the racetrack. Started the race back in 9th position. Currently in 3rd position. Got one loose down here at the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. The 10 spins around on the front straightaway. Chris Humblett will bring out the caution flag for the second time as he takes a spin on the front straightaway, and the 10 is backwards. Got a little smoke coming out of the right side. He gets it refired. And the J&J clearing and grading number 10 will get back out into it. He started the race in 6th position. Was caught up in that first wreck, and now again brings out our second caution flag on lap 19. And if you're new to Langley Speedway, anything under 100 laps Well, if you're new to Langley, the cone rule is in effect, and anybody behind the leader can choose to go to the outside and make a challenge. The 11 of Jimmy Humlet's going to do it. The 95, Danny Harrell, is also going to try it on the outside. He'll go to the outside of the 33 of Matt Sly, and Beluzzo will have Humlet on his outside trying to get a good start. 16, Eric McPherson gets his lap back. Pace truck is in, and here we go. Back to the green flag action as Beluzzo gets off to another good start. Jimmy Humlet will tuck underneath him now and push him at the exit of turn number 2. Brandon Godovic gets a good bite at the bottom of turn 2, challenging the 95 of Danny Harrell for 4th. "20 laps out of 30 completed with Beluzzo a car length ahead of the 11 of Jimmy Humlet, then about 3 back to the 33 of Matt Sly, and a car length back and a spin down here between turns 1 and 2. That's the 88 again, Jack Sharkey. His second caution that he's caught up in, and the third of the night, on lap 20. Getting back to the action here in the modified, Sean Beluzzo, Jimmy Humlet, Matt Sly, Danny Harrell, and Brandon Godovic. The 48, 11, 33, 95, and 47. Those two that chose to go to the outside, Jimmy Humlet and the 47 of Godovic. Let's see what Humlet can do. He gets hit by the 33 of Matt Sly. He gets loose, and they're 3 wide on the back straightaway for a second. 47 Godovic shot to the outside. He challenges for second with Jimmy Humlet. Humlet down low. It is Godovic on the outside. Humlet's going to take back the second spot. Matt Sly back to 4th. Danny Harrell in 5th. And Beluzzo with a 6 car length advantage over the 11 of Jimmy Humlet. Danny Harrell now working underneath Matt Sly for that 4th position. After 22 laps, Sean Beluzzo leads Jimmy Humlet. Beluzzo still having a lot of smoke come out of the back end. Brandon Godovic, the 47, 3rd spot. 33 is Matt Sly, then Danny Harrell, the 95. Scott Lawrence, 83, is 6th. 7th is Taylor Sarkis, running for the Rookie of the Year, along with Eric McPherson, who's back in 9th. Wayne Hartley between those two, the 37 and 8th. Matt Carter, 78, out of the race. And a spin right here with the 83 of Scott Lawrence to bring out our 4th caution flag. Down in turn number 4, 83 of Scott Lawrence. It's going to be the 11 of Jimmy Humlet to the outside of the 48 of Sean Beluzzo. Matt Sly will be to the outside of Brandon Godovic, who got a really good start last time they went green. We'll see what he can do with Beluzzo. He'll be on his back bar. Also on the outside, looks like the number 10 of Chris Humlet. Back to the action. Green flag waves. 6 laps to go. Sean Beluzzo out front again at the exit of turn number 2. Trying to stay with him, Jimmy Humlet in the 11. Great battle for the 4th position. The 95, Harrell down to the inside of Matt Sly. Bumping and banging, and the 16 almost goes around. Now he does, and the 10 tries to avoid it. Caution flag is out for the 5th time. 16 got loose, so did the 10. Eric McPherson and Chris Humlet the reason for our 5th caution flag. 5 laps to go in this one. 5 laps to go. We've had 5 caution flags so far today for the Larry King Law Modifieds at Langley. It's going to be Jimmy Hublett again. He's going to try it again one more time on the outside of Beluzzo. Matt Sly will be on the back bar of Hublett to the outside of Godovic. Scott Lawrence, who had a spin in turn 4 a while ago, he's going to find himself up there challenging the outside of the 95 of Danny Harrell. Those cars down on the inside, the 48 of Beluzzo, 47 Brandon Godovic, and the 95 Danny Harrell, then the 98 of Taylor Sarkees. 5 laps to go. Beluzzo into the gas. Hublett with a good start this time. Hublett right next to Beluzzo at the exit of turn number 2. Fighting hard on the outside of Beluzzo for the lead. With just a few laps to go, Beluzzo takes it back. Now here's Matt Sly fighting for the second spot to the inside of the 11 of Jimmy Hublett. Jimmy slips between 1 and 2 to the outside. Brandon Godovic, he's got his hands full of the 95 of Danny Harrell. Danny dives underneath for the 4th position. Matt Sly takes over the second spot. Hublett's going to fight back with Sly for that second position as we have 3 laps to go. Larry King Law Modifieds and Beluzzo out front. 6 car lengths ahead of the 33 of Matt Sly. Danny Harrell once again challenging with Hublett. Hublett, his 11 slips again between 1 and 2. Danny Harrell up to 3rd position. Now we have Jimmy Hublett back to 4th. Here's the white flag in the windshield of Beluzzo. Sean Beluzzo looking for his 3rd win of 2014 in the Dodge RV 48. Signs and graphics to go. He's got Niche Wear Apparel, G. Nichols, Batika Yo-Yo all aboard. And the 48 will get the checkered flag again for the 3rd time in 2014. Danny Harrell with a good top 3 finish. He was 2nd in the points behind Sean Beluzzo, only 3 coming into tonight's event. So a good night for the 95 of Danny Harrell. Matt Sly, number 33, he finishes in 2nd. 47, Brandon Godovic in 4th. And the 11, Jimmy Hublett, falls back to 5th at the end of the race. Larry King Law Modifieds, 30 laps are done. They'll race another 30 a little bit later on. That will be the 5th race of the nighttime. KeysVacation.com Super Trucks ready to go next for 25 laps. Then the NASCAR Wheeling All-American Series. ComServe Verizon Wireless late model stock cars, 75 laps.
Thank you very much, Mike. Sean Beluzzo makes it 3 wins 2014. He'll make his way to Dale Lemons Victory Lane and enjoy that cool coming up to KeysVacation.com Super Trucks. Here's your winner, Sean Beluzzo. What? He was waiting for the congratulations to pour out of the pit area. Man, here we are in a rail, 3 wins in 2014. Car's running good.
Car's running great. The guys have done a fantastic job of prepping this car for me. Last week, I guess we smoked them last week. This week we didn't smoke them, but the guys did such a good job. The competition out here is great. I need to thank some people we missed last time, I think. All Aboard Towing and Dodd RV and RP Racing Engines and my partner, Gene Nichols. Most of all, I want to thank all the fans for coming out here. I know it's hot today and a little hot in the race car, too.
Well, 2 races tonight. Make any changes to the car? Another 30-lapper coming up a little later on.
Yeah, I haven't told the crew yet, but I think we're going to change a couple springs and maybe 2 shocks, too. Maybe something like that. No!
I noticed something. Short runs good for the 48, or not good for the 48. Long runs excellent.
The cautions were killing us. I just couldn't believe how many cautions there were. And it kind of ruins the racing a little bit, but hopefully the next race will be long.
Okay, 30 laps still to come right here, but he'll take win number 1 tonight. It's Sean Beluzzo in car number 48.
Sean Beluzzo will be up front because he won the first race. You got Matt Sly, number 33 on the outside front row. Then Danny Harrell, the 95 third. Brandon Godovic, the 47 is 4th. Jimmy Hublett in the 11 in 5th. And Taylor Sarkees. Once again, he's running for the Rookie of the Year, the 98 in 6th. 7th is going to be Jack Sharkey, the 88. Wayne Hartley, new driver to Langley in the 37 and 8. You got Chris Humblett, the 10. Eric McPherson, then the 16, was able to get to the rear of the field. Scott Lawrence, 83. Matt Carter, the 78. Robbie Babb. Underway for the second twin 30 for the modifieds. Matt Sly with a challenge for the leader, Sean Beluzzo. But Sly falls back to the second spot. Big challenge for the third position, the 95 down low. Danny Harrell to his outside, the 47 of Brandon Godovic, who's coming in a hurry. Godovic gets a good bite at the exit of 2. He will pass Danny Harrell. Danny fights back, though, dives underneath and does a dive bomb move on the 47. Great battle for the third spot. Danny Harrell on the inside, the 47 up high. Godovic. Oh, what a spin right here between 3 and 4. Couple of cars get together, one down in the ditch with a lot of damage. That is the 78 machine of Matt Carter. He made contact. But we got 2 cars torn up here. The 78 with a lot of damage. Once again, that's Matt Carter. ComServe Verizon Wireless late model stock cars in the NASCAR Wheelin' All-American Series. We'll race one more tonight. Chuck is going to load up the Boogity Boogity bus. So all the kids that would like to ride the Boogity Boogity bus right after this race, you can do so. Once again, if you have any kids that would like to ride the Boogity Boogity bus, it's going to roll out right after this race. Well, here we go. We got the cone rule in effect. Got Jimmy Humblett on the outside of Matt Sly in the 33. Sean Beluzzo, he'll have a little bit of a challenge with 47 of Brandon Godovic. Brandon's got a fast car. Let's see what he can do. He's got a win this year, too, in the modifieds. Back underway. Green flag condition. Godovic will try and hang with one of the best out here, Beluzzo, in car number 48. He's got one of the best behind him, too. Jimmy Humblett, Matt Sly in 33. Three laps completed. Brandon Godovic up to second spot. Jimmy Humblett, third position. Matt Sly in fourth. And Danny Harrell, the 95, in fifth. Sean Beluzzo continues to lead 3 car lengths ahead of Brandon Godovic. And again, we see those puffs of smoke come out of the back end of that 48. Danny Harrell trying to work over the 33 of Matt Sly for that position. 4 laps into it. 83 just outside the top 5. Scott Lawrence in the 83. In the 44, Robbie Babb coming from the rear of the field. He has got some fresher tires than some of these guys, and he's up to 7th. Taylor Sarkey's the 98 and 8th. Chris Humblett the 10 and 9th. And Wayne Hartley in the 37 and 10th. Jack Sharkey is in the 88. And he's a lap down. You got Eric McPherson 16. And Matt Carter's out in 78. Beluzzo, look at the lead he's got. But again, we see those puffs of smoke come out again. Third race that we've seen that smoke come out of the back end of the 48 of Beluzzo. He's got a strong lead ahead of the 47 of Godovic. And way, way faster than the rest of the field. Eric McPherson, the Little Philly Cheesesteaks machine, he's on pit road in the 16, back in 12th. Sean Beluzzo out front by a long shot, a half a straightaway over Brandon Godovic's 47. Larry King Law sponsoring this division, the Dot RV machine. He's got signs and graphics to go. Niche Wear Apparel, G. Nichols, Batika Yo-Yo, and All Aboard Towing for the 48 of Sean Beluzzo. Multiple track champion in the modifieds and way out front of the rest of the field. Brandon Godovic with a challenge shaping up here with the 11 of Jimmy Humblett. Jimmy's closing in. Jimmy Humblett, Shiloh, North Carolina driver with Great Bridge muffler and brake. Tommy's engine and dyno on that number 11. 47, Brandon Godovic. Godovic doing, well, I was going to say double duty tonight, but he's racing 2 races in each division, the modifieds and the late model stock cars. Matt Sly back there in 4th position, car number 33 from Lenexa, Virginia, Middle Peninsula Insurance and Financial. And 4 years ago, he was a rookie, running very well. Peerless Carpet Care and Restoration, Atlantic Specialty Lines, Ken Folks Knives, and Dean Case Racing Engines for the 33. Danny Harrell really surprising everybody this year at how well he's run. He's already got a win and second in the points behind Beluzzo. Hobbytown USA, Ward's Corner Shell sponsoring the 95. Scott Lawrence in the 83 had some bad luck the first race. Scott of Elizabeth City, All-Star Heating and Cooling, Meads Auto Exchange, and LA Engineering. And there's the 33 of Matt Sly in 4th, just ahead of Danny Harrell, the 95 in 5th. Nobody seems to have anything for the 48 of Beluzzo, way out front, almost a full straightaway length lead. Langley Speedway wants to thank the Shriners for all they do year-round for the entire community, and of course, for helping to sponsor tonight's races here at Langley Speedway. They provide the highest quality care to kids with neuromuscular skeletal conditions, burn injuries, and other special health care needs. They got a lot of compassion in what they do, and we appreciate the Shriners all year long. Matt Sly trying to close in on the 11 of Jimmy Humblett for that top 3 position. 18 laps. Trying to get to lap number 30, and it's been smooth sailing for Beluzzo in the 48. Chris Humblett, Taylor Sarkees, the 10 and the 98. Those drivers running for the Rookie of the Year that are here tonight. Eric McPherson, and he's in the 16. He's out of this event. And Taylor Sarkees, the 98, putting the moves on the 10 of Chris Humblett, who's in 8th. Big gaggle of cars right here, the 10, the 98, 37, and the 88. That is 9th. Good battle up here between the 10, the 98, 37, and 88. Like we said, that's 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Sean Beluzzo leads Brandon Godovic, Jimmy Humblett, Matt Sly, Danny Harrell top 5. Danny goes underneath Matt Sly, trying to take that position away. A little contact made at the exit of turn 2, and Danny Harrell moves up to 4th position. Norfolk, Virginia driver Danny Harrell. He's got Hobbytown USA helping him out this year. This car gets faster the longer the race goes on. But I'm sure everybody's hoping for a caution flag so they can catch up to Beluzzo, who's in a league of his own, man. He looks like he's got about 20, 25 extra horsepower on these other drivers. He is just pulling away and closing in on some lap traffic, or drivers that are about to go a lap down. I think Taylor Sarkees knows that. He goes to the inside of Chris Humblett, makes the pass in between 1 and 2. Wayne Hartley also, the 37, is going to try and get by the 10 of Chris Humblett, and he does now between 3 and 4. And Sean Beluzzo being very cautious now as he closes in on this traffic. Goes to the outside of Jack Sharkey's 88. Caution flag as a spin right here down on the bottom between 3 and 4, 1 and 2 with the 37. Wayne Hartley bringing out the caution flag. That is exactly what Danny Harrell, Brandon Godovic, Jimmy Humblett, and the rest of those guys up there in the top 5 were hoping for, and they were hoping it wouldn't affect them. Cone rule is in effect, and the 11 of Jimmy Humblett will shoot to the outside of the 48 of Beluzzo. You got Matt Sly. He's also going to give it a shot, and they'll see if they can do anything with Beluso on the restart of this race. That will happen in one lap. Sean Beluso down on the inside. He's been the fastest all night long in this race. Seems like he's in a league of his own right there in the 48. 47 will be on his back bar. That is Brandon Godovic. He stays down on the inside. He could have taken the cone, but feels like he has a better chance down in the bottom of the racetrack. 95, Danny Harrell just ahead of Scott Lawrence in the 83. Then Robbie Babb, last year's champion. They come back to life. Beluso gets a good start, 3 wide right behind for that second, third, fourth position, whatever it is. But up front, Beluso takes off again. Jimmy Humblett tries to stay with him. 47, Godovic in third, then side by side for fourth between Danny Harrell and Matt Sly in 33. Danny halfway past the 33 of Matt Sly. Now he clears him at the exit of 2. Scott Lawrence's 83 comes underneath Matt Sly. They make a little contact. They get it worked out, though. Matt Sly back in 5th. Sean Beluso, Jimmy Humblett, Brandon Godovic, Danny Harrell, Matt Sly. White flag about to be displayed for Beluso to get his second win of the night. He's looking for his 4th of the season. Sean Beluso still with smoke coming out of the back end of that machine. He's 4 car lengths now between himself and the 11, Jimmy Humblett. He sees the checkered flag in sight, and he'll get it. Crosses the start-finish line and wins over Jimmy Humblett. Great run tonight for Brandon Godovic for 47 in 3rd spot. Danny Harrell, the 95, 4th. Matt Sly with a top 5 finish in car 33. And then just outside the top 5, Scott Lawrence in the 83, Robbie Babb in the 44. Taylor Sarkeys, the 98 8th, Jack Sharkey, the 88 9th, 10th, Wayne Hartley in 37, Chris Humblett in the 10 and 11th, Eric McPherson, and he's in the 16 and 12th, and Matt Carter, the 78, finishes in 13th position. Of course, he got caught up in that wreck early in the evening with Jack Sharkey's 88. So there you go. To the Dale Lemons victory lane, it's going to be a trip for Sean Beluso. 4th time he's won this year in 2014 at Langley Speedway. And he was on a rail. Let's go down to Chuck Hall as Beluso passes by in a streak of speed.
Sean Beluso will make his way in the Larry King Modified winning victory lane here tonight, Dale Lemons victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, a 4-time winner this year, 2 tonight. Give it up, Sean Beluso. How about that cool, refreshing Aquafina water, the official water of Langley? Well, I don't know what you did to the car, but you had a straightaway on them. Then you come back to the cautions, and it was tight, but you're able to run off in this 48.
Something broke on the last restart, and I was yelling at him. I thought I had a flat tire. Something's wrong. I don't know what. I don't care. I got a great crew. I got to give it to all these guys. They worked their butts off on this car. I only get to pilot it, and I got to thank them for everything. The crew, the family, everybody.
By the way, we clocked you at 150 miles per hour and you're burnout down the front straightaway. Pretty impressive for this 48 car.
Is that all? I was thinking like 160.
I think the wheelie slowed you down there at the end, but very impressive run. I tell you this thing, and again, on the long runs, I mean, it's the reeling in ain't happening. It's the short runs, they can stay up with you, but once you go off two, it's gone.
Well, on the short runs, I hold my breath for a long time. And then I start breathing again afterwards. But I'll tell you what, I mean, the 47 hung right there. Jimmy hung right there. It was a nerve-wracking race tonight. I want to thank the Shriners for being out here. They do a great job for everybody, and I think I can talk better tonight. I've been so nervous in these victory lanes lately.
Rumor has been spreading around the pits. Is there any rumor or truth to the rumor that you may be entering a late model car for the Hampton Heat coming up in July?
Unless somebody comes up with a bunch of money. I would love to run in the Hampton Heat, but the late model is gone. Too expensive for my blood.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got this thing tuned in, the 48 car, and he wins twice here tonight. And your sponsors, I'm sure you'd like to thank them.
Yeah, All Aboard Towing, Dodd RV, Gene Nichols Carburetors. Gene's my partner in this deal here, and he does a great job and helps everybody out here a ton, and I really want to thank him. Alan is my crew chief, and Big Dave, and Rob, and my daughter Alyssa, and Bryce. I just saw you. I'm sorry. and Terry and the fans. Most important, the fans, because if it wasn't for all you guys up in the stands, we wouldn't be able to do this every week. And Robin Nichols, Gene's lovely wife, that helps us out too.
It's win number 4-2 tonight here. Sean Beluzzo